Hey everybody! My name's Rabinowitz. I'm a wildlife and travel photographer. I often get a lot of questions on Instagram about how I go about taking my photographs and the stories behind the pictures. So today I'm doing the BTS behind the GTS. So the behind the scenes for getting the shots. It's like in the 90s where they do like educational raps. So today I'm doing the first video in what will be an ongoing feature going forwards, where I share the behind the scenes of how I'll go about taking the picture. So this might be one of my favorite shots from the whole SafariLife campaign. It's called Runde Crossing. It was taken in Gonarezhou. Our campsite was looking into Chilojo Cliffs, and this picture is sort of from the other side, looking down on where our campsite was. I think we should have a little shot of the picture. I guess it all started in the planning for the trip, because I'd never heard of Gonarezhou. I never knew how to say Gonarezhou. I called it Gonarezhou. And I never even knew the park existed until we were researching going to Zimbabwe for this trip. It's a trans-frontier park, which means it crosses borders, so it's on the Zimbabwe and Mozambican side, and it's got plans of becoming part of the Greater Limpopo National Park, which would combine it with South Africa as well. And what really drew me to this place were some images of elephants walking on this big open floodplain in front of the Chilojo Cliffs. I saw that there's a viewpoint at the top as well. We can look down onto that big floodplain, and that's where we took this picture from. I just took the sand corner like a boss. It was beautiful. So, you know, we stay at the bottom of the Chilojo Cliffs. We're now on our way to the top of the cliffs to look down.
And when we get there, we can say we started from the bottom.
And now we're here!
Yeah, it's looks like it might be quite a nice viewpoint. It's quite a drive though. Even though we stay at the bottom, you have to kind of like drive all the way around.
You gotta cross the river.
Ooh, branch. Yes, you don't kill us for a branch.
Nah, I don't want to scratch this beautiful product. Elephant, up ahead. No, it's a giraffe.
Yeah.
A giraffe.
Good.
Oh, Danny. I look.
Good.
So a lot of people say to me, wow, you must be so patient to be a wildlife photographer. Which, like, yes, it's true, you have to be patient, but really have to hold myself back from rolling my eyes, because it's not like what makes you a good wildlife photographer. So what makes you a good wildlife photographer is planning, like understanding and knowing how you're going to take your photograph, having the creative vision, because without the creative vision, you can be as patient as you want. You'll wait there for hours, for days, but if you can't see the photograph, you can't take it. So creative vision is the most important part. So taking this picture, the planning that went into it was first like identifying that this park had potential to get this kind of photograph. I went there to get this one shot in mind, or maybe two shots. The one was elephants walking on the floodplain in front of the cliffs with those cliffs as a backdrop, and the second one was the possibility of the view from the top, because there weren't really images looking down from there, but like I just assumed, knowing what it looked like on the ground, because we were working with Zimparks, we could actually take this photograph. I think if you were entering the park as a normal visitor, I don't know if you'd be able to do it, because you're not allowed driving around the park after dark. And it did mean crossing a river to get there, which is where the timing of the year comes in, where you got enough water in the river to make it picturesque, but not too much where it becomes boring or where it becomes impossible to cross and get to that location to take the picture.
So we made it to the top of the Chilojo Cliffs viewpoint, and it's amazing. Just have a look. And if you look down there, down there somewhere. That's where our campsite is. I don't think you can really see it now. But we're like literally on the other side of that cliff now. So nice. Look at this. How awesome is that? This place is insane.
It's a lot that goes into planning how you're going to execute in order for those elements to come through in the end.
So it's the time of year, the actual location, getting the permission. And what about on the day?
On the day, oh my gosh, it was actually really funny, right? So I went up to take photographs of the cliffs. So there's like 2 pinnacles that come out. So I was taking pictures of that. And in the gap between the pinnacles, I see this elephant and I'm like, wow, that's such an interesting element to add to the photograph without thinking that that's actually the photograph. That's what I should be taking. Because when I tried to get a photograph of the elephants on that floodplain, I didn't realize that the cliffs actually break off quite gradually and you can't get that sort of view looking directly down from where we were. But looking at those pinnacles and seeing the elephants, suddenly I like clicked and I'm like, that's the shot I came here to take. So I take the camera, just start racing through like a thicket, bushes and trees just sort of scraping into my legs. It's like bleeding when I got to the other side.
And Adam, where is he? Can we see him in the shot? He's over there. So he's just in his element because he got elephants on the river, so he's shooting them from up here. That's probably going to be amazing.
Yeah, so that's kind of the story behind getting the picture. It was kind of became my sort of slogan for Gonarezhou. There will always be another elephant. So don't get upset if you think you've missed it. Just wait around and it's more than likely that another elephant will come down. So it's shot on a Canon 5D Mark IV and then I was shooting a 400 f2.8 very fast telephoto lens with a 2x converter on it. So this is only part 1, is sort of the story behind taking the pics. We saw a lot of things on this night drive, like a lot of firsts. We saw a porcupine, we saw an African wildcat, we saw a genet, we saw a lion. How could I forget that?
First lion.
And it was huge. It was a beaut. We saw a sable.
Did you say porcupine?
Spring hares.
That one cat.
We saw this giant mongoose. The white tail. Guess what it's called? White-tailed mongoose.
Let me see, maybe show a picture of him.
The photo, but it doesn't really do it justice.
The tail
really
looked a lot
terrible.
fluffier.
Yeah. And it was a lot bigger than this.
Yeah.
Do you want to know about the distribution and habits?
No thanks, I think that's about as much information as I can handle. Good night.
They're found in the wetter parts.
Good night.
In the next episode, I'm going to talk about how I go about editing the picture using lab color to get from this to that as the final image. If you enjoyed this video, please like and comment below. And if you want to see that editing video, please subscribe to the channel and switch on notifications, that little bell at the top.
Started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now my whole team fucking here. Started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now the whole team here. Nigga, started from the bottom, now we here.